Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It would seem Lord of the Rings: The War for Rohirrim anime. We got our first look. This came hot on the heels of Amazon's Lord of the Rings. Interestingly, it is actually by Warner Brothers, this one. It's an anime, it's an animated movie, a feature set a couple centuries before The Hobbit. I think Warner Brothers were really smart about releasing this at this time. We get Amazon's Lord of the Rings. People hate it. People are panning it. People are like, what the fuck is this garbage? Then Warner Brothers just go, Bezos. Bezos. We see that. We trump you this. We raise you this. It's very interesting. No, like in all seriousness, it's actually really smart of them because there's a lot of SEO for Lord of the Rings at the moment. A lot of chatter. A lot of searches, and then subsequently, of course, people are going to find this out. So let's take a look at it. I mean, it's only a bit of concept artwork, but it does look good. It does actually look good. So I thought we'd take a look at it together. Out of both products that have been revealed to us, this is the one I want to see. All right. So what do we have here? So the Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim anime feature. Set for April 2022, released by Warner Brothers, exclusive to Variety. Now, what I think is interesting about this is that, one, it's an anime feature. I'm not massively aware of a lot of what Warner Brothers has done anime-wise, and this is obviously Western anime, but it is with people that have been behind Eastern anime. So, I think this has the potential, but whether that materializes or not remains to be seen. So The Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim, the original anime feature from New Line Cinema and Warner Brothers Animation, is set for release on April 12th, 2024, from Warner Brothers Pictures. Variety can report exclusively. Set roughly 2 centuries before the events of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim will explore the exploits of Helm Hammerhand, the King of Rohan, and the creation of Helm's Deep, the stronghold featured in Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. Now, remember, Helm's Deep, the big, absolutely fantastic miniatures that they were working with there on that film. The huge sort of barricade, massive stone structure going into caves and things like that. Really, really, it's a beautiful. Well, I say beautiful. It was a fantastic set piece that they were working with, and the creation of it is interesting nonetheless. So here we have the people behind it. So we've got Kenji Kamiyama, the TV series Blade Runner Black Lotus and Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, is directing. So this is the same individual that did Blade Runner Black Lotus, which has actually had pretty decent reviews. And also Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. So that individual will be directing, Kenji Kamiyama. So as much as we say this is Western anime, because it is Western anime, it does seem to be still Eastern, Japanese basically. Now we also have Blade Runner Black Lotus producer Joseph Cho, I'm guessing, or Chu, through his anime studio Solar Entertainment, which has been working on the film since it was announced in June of last year. So it's not like long in the works. June of last year to this year. Now it's not hugely long time in the works. But it is interesting, and this is the key piece of art that we have for this. It's a nice piece, quite frankly. Like it does look good. This is the piece here. Like, it looks decent. It does look decent. Now, this is, I'm not seeing anime vibes from this. Obviously, like I'm not sure any of you are either. And if you are, please, tell me, because I don't see it. But it does look good. Like, the art is nice. It's only concept art. This is not actual art. Because that's, what you need to keep in mind when you talk about anything which is animated, is seeing, first look and the artwork of it is, well, is that going to be representative? It's literally just concept art. So, as can be seen in this exclusive first look at conceptual art from the film, The War of the Rohirrim is also drawing much of its creative DNA from Jackson's 6 features set in Middle-earth. Philippa Boyens, who was part of the Oscar-winning screenwriting team for The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies, is executive producing the film. Now that's actually a really good sign. That's actually a really, really good sign. Executive producer, you know, you will have some creative say. And I think that, yeah, that bodes quite well. Phoebe Gittins, Boyens' daughter and writing partner, Artie Papagiorgio, I think, are penning the screenplay. So that's good. I mean, literally, the daughter of the screenwriter for The Lord of the Rings is going to be writing the script on this. That's great. Undoubtedly, they'll be getting information from their mother on this, trying to get some information and, you know, direction and stuff. I highly doubt that won't be the case, and that does actually bode well. The original Lord of the Rings trilogy were written exceptionally well, very, very, true to the books as much as I think you could possibly do with the length and the runtime that they chose to do with those films. Obviously, there were some differences, but for the most part, pretty faithful adaptation. Now, they're penning the screenplay, which is based on a script from Jeffrey Addis and Will Matthews, and the creative team includes Richard Taylor, who won Oscars for makeup and visual effects for The Lord of the Rings. Not overly sure what they'll be doing. I mean, you know, you're doing just makeup. I mean, maybe just the visual effects. It's like, makeup and visual effects can be quite broad. So, yeah, surprising, because obviously it's an anime. Not overly sure what Richard Taylor would be doing, but still never mind. Alan Lee, who won an Oscar for art direction for Lord of the Rings, and Tolkien illustrator John Howe. So if you look at the amount of people behind this, and I think this is what's so fascinatingly hilarious about this via comparison to Amazon's Lord of the Rings, everyone involved with what was loved before has jumped on board with this. You know, like Warner Brothers is getting people on board for this one that was involved with the things which was loved previously. They've said, you've done it right in the past, come on board for this, we'll do it right again. Whereas Amazon was like, yeah, we'll try and write a book that no one else made. Ha ha ha. Like, just trash. It's interesting, like, you can clearly see a lot of respect in this, right? Like, can you? I mean, I can. Voice cast announcements are expected soon, and this is the statement from Kenji Kamiyama, who said, Boyens, who says, I'm in awe of the creative talent who have come together to bring this epic, heart-pounding story to life, from the mastery of Kenji Kamiyama to a truly stellar cast. The Lord of the Rings films took Tolkien's masterwork to new cinematic heights and inspired a generation. It's from Warner Brothers, Toby Emmerich. It's a gift to be able to revisit Middle-earth with many of the same creative visionaries and the talent Kenji Kamiyama at the helm. This will be an epic portrayal unlike anything audiences have ever seen. Warner Brothers' movement on the anime Lord of the Rings film comes at a time when the studio is in a dispute with the Soul Saints Co., the longtime owner of Lord of the Rings film and TV rights, over whether Warner Brothers has done enough development on the franchise to maintain its hold on live-action and animated film rights. Variety reported last week that Saints Co. Is putting its Tolkien holdings on the block, which spurred questions about Lord of the Rings activity within Warner Brothers. Interesting. This does seem to sort of, I mean, yeah, that is quite surprising, to be honest, but never mind. The last Lord of the Rings Tolkien film, 2014's The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, grossed $940 million worldwide. All 6 films have earned over $5.8 billion, and The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King won 11 Oscars, including Best Picture, trying to tying the record for a single movie. The War of the Rohirrim is also totally separate from Amazon Prime Video's Middle-earth series. The Lord of the Rings of Power, which is set millennia before the events of Jackson's movies and is completely rewriting history. I think this looks great. I think everything bodes really well for this in terms of the creative teams behind it. There's nothing about this which makes me concerned in any way, shape or form. Nothing at all. Like, everything they're announcing, it seems to be good. Which is laughable, because that's, cannot say that at all about Amazon's Lord of the Rings. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at Mistake Reviews. Love to have you over there. But leave your thoughts down below. Give the video a like and a share. And also turn the bell notifications on to all. Cheers. Take care.